What is happening, my friend out there on internet land? It's Brando Linick here coming to you, and I'm actually shooting this video from my old school phone, so I apologize if the video quality is pretty bad. But that said, the message I want to get across to you is how to start your own business. You know, if you're looking into getting involved in business, entrepreneurship, I'm excited for you. It's something that's very thrilling in the sense you get to do what you want, when you want, whenever you want, okay, but there's some things you got to know depending on the business model you're getting involved with. And the example in this review we're going to go over just briefly here is a money lending business. Having some close friends of mine, business associates of mine, who have done this, sometimes, you know, looking at it, if you're looking at this because you want to start a simple business to make money, there's a lot more to it. With a money lending business, you're pretty much your own bank, okay? That's essentially what it is, how to start your own banking business, which there's a lot of things you got to keep in mind. Most people, they'll go to investors when it comes to this, and they'll try and gamble with their money and try and flip the money back over. I wouldn't suggest that you do that. If you come from a wealthy family, start your own bank, start your own money lending business. But if you don't come from wealth, if you're coming from the bottom up, okay, in a sense, and you're looking at this, like I said, to start a simple business to make money, I would encourage you learn to build a leveraged business first, because dealing with an office space, dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, all these things, a close friend of mine, they took on because they wanted to start their own money lending business. They actually started out of their home. They had their own website. Everything was going good. And this person saved up some money. So what they would do was, this is essentially what they did, and it was legal. They registered their business. They did all the legal regulations that you have to go through in order to operate. Okay, there's a lot of precautions that you got to go through depending on what state you're in or province, if you're in Canada, United States. And they were operating from home, and then they moved into an office. All right, which was a lot better, okay, especially from the state. And once they started doing that, because they had, my friend started off with $10,000 of his own money, and he would charge people interest, and he would charge people interest on anywhere from a $500 loan up to and over a $5,000 loan, and then it would double, all right? They would double the interest from that point on so that he could get a good return on his investment, and he would do that every day. Interest would just accumulate every day depending on what the loan and what the lend was for, okay, which you got to keep in mind. You got to put certain districts with each loan that you provide. But other than that, everything was going smooth. But I'm telling you, once he started dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, and all that stuff, he was working nonstop like a hog. It was 14-hour days. It was nonstop at the office, and he's still doing it, and he's trying to sell his business model and get out of it. And, you know, I haven't actually been in contact with him for a couple months now. He might actually be out now. But it's not to put down the business model. That, in a sense, is how you could get it going. If you have $10,000 or even $5,000, you can get it going. There's a lot of regulation that you got to abide by, though, and it can take a while for you to actually get your business up and going because of the regulations that you have to abide by, which, if you're serious about wanting to start, comment down below and I'll point you in the right direction when it comes to a money lending business or starting your own bank in a sense. But if you're looking at this because you want to quit your job, you want to be your own boss, you want to, you know, become an entrepreneur, I've got an additional lead I want to throw you in this video. And my story and experience with this goes back over the last 15 months when I actually quit a business model where I was dealing with supplies, equipment, employees. I had, you know, an office that I was working in, and it was pretty crazy stuff. You know, I was working 18 hours a day, lots of blood, sweat, and tears. Quit it because of that, and I wanted to see my family, I guess you could say. And it's, you know, some things that go with a traditional business you got to keep in mind. And I found someone, or actually got introduced to a person who is making a multiple six-figure income business without supplies or equipment or employees, and they didn't have any of that. And because they didn't have that overhead, their profit margins were a lot higher. And from a business perspective, it was right away super attractive to me. And they're doing this through the internet. They're doing this by building a business online, which was doing the heavy lifting for them, where they didn't need an office space and they didn't need to rent out an office and deal with supplies or equipment or pay employees. So it was super attractive to me. Began to model and copy this individual. It took me 3 months after that point to create a full-time income business, working part-time. Haven't looked back since. Share that with you because if you really just want to, and I'm speaking to those who really just want to build a business, to be your own boss, to create time freedom and financial independence, I would highly encourage you, learn to build a business on the internet. Learn to build a business where you don't have to deal with supplies, equipment, employees, all right? You don't have to be in an office all the time, and you don't have to manage people all the time, because I'm telling you, dealing with that stuff, if you've never done it before, it can drain you. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my overview. I really hope you enjoyed this video regardless of the road you decide to go down. And you know, if you have any questions, comment below. If you'd like to learn more information about building an income and business from home online, if you're coachable, trainable, you're willing to learn some things, check out my site down below. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be in the description, and I will see you there for those you want to, you know, connect with me. For those that you don't, I look forward to seeing your success and seeing you on the beaches of the world. Take care.